Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm excited. Today I'm shooting the video about I call this video if it's easy to find a load in anywhere basically in United States, and how it works with the loads. And today guys I'm gonna show you. That's why I'm standing here by the map of United States and America. And today I would like to explain you how it works in trucking business. Well guys, there is always a lot of loads in United States because of the, United States is a huge country and it's powerful country, and it's always something moving. Whether it's oil, whether it's produce, whether it's construction materials, mail, anything. It's always load, guys. It's always loads out there. But there is a situations or location in United States where loads is not always available. Well, of course, during the summertime, loads, it's almost everywhere. Doesn't matter what you do, doesn't matter. Even if you open your own company, you will have a lot of loads all the time during the summertime. But there is a problem, because after summertime, winter is coming. And winter time, for example, California, it's on the winter time, it's basically really slow, because produce is going down, and California is very popular about produce. Also guys, states like Nevada, Utah, Arizona, New Mexico, Idaho, Wyoming, Colorado, Nebraska, it's really slow during the winter time, because again, it's really big winter, especially here in the middle of United States. And because of that, guys, loads is very limited in those states. But from my own experience, and from talking to a lot of brokers, dispatchers, for a lot of, with a lot of different companies, what I found out, that's the best business in trucking. It starts from probably from Illinois, and going to basically from Illinois towards East Coast. On East Coast there is so many loads all the time. It's always something moving there. It's really busy out there. During the summertime, during the winter time, it's always busy out there, always. Like 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, it's really busy. And guys, what I like about East Coast, that on the East Coast it's not that strict, because on the East Coast there is a lot of weigh stations on the East Coast as well, but those weigh stations a lot of times they closed, and they're not that strict as in California, for example, or let's say California, they're not that strict, and it's a lot better to drive, and it's a lot, you don't have that much stress, to drive in the East Coast versus, for example, you drive on the West Coast. Another thing about East Coast have speed limit for semi-trucks is 70 miles an hour, 65 miles an hour, versus West Coast, this coast, have 55 miles an hour and 60 mile an hour speed limit. So that's a big difference for you guys, and it seems like maybe doesn't seem like a big difference, but when you go 70 mile an hour, let's say you run 11 hours 70 mile an hour, so you basically can average around let's say 700 miles a day. In California, with all that traffic and stuff, you can only average let's do 50, average 50 by 550. So 150 miles a day, you know, by 7 days, it's you know, it's a lot of miles, guys. It's more than 1,000 miles. So you know, that really makes a difference, because even if you're a company driver or if you are owner operator, it really makes a difference, because more miles you drive, more money you make. That's how it is, guys. There is no other way around. I mean, yeah, I mean, if you owner operator, you can get a load here and there for maybe better price, but it's not always gonna be like that. You know, even if you owner operator, you lease in a truck, you're independent owner operator, doesn't matter. You know, if you own your own truck and you have miles, you make money. And you know, guys, this video about loads, it's kind of like a simple video that I make today, because you know, to be honest with you, there is a lot of information that I would need to explain for you guys, because there is so many ways that you can find those loads. Again, you can, you know, you can go through the you know, independent brokers. There is independent brokers. There is brokers who work for large companies. There is brokers who work for a large truck driving companies. You know, like for example, large truck driving companies, they have their own loads as well, because they have contracts with other, you know, with customers. And a lot of times they cannot handle so many contracts that they give those loads for small business business owners or even independent owner operators. So there is a lot of things I need to explain for you guys. And again, if you're gonna have any questions, if you're even thinking to become independent owner operator, I mean, you can shoot me an email, or you know, just ask me a question, because like I said, you know, I was dealing with, and I'm still dealing with, a lot of truck driving companies that have, I mean, loads all over United States, and you know, they use different websites, they use, it's so many things, guys. I mean, loads, it's so much information about the loads. It's unbelievable. For example, I'm just gonna tell you something that you guys have some kind of idea what I'm talking about. The loads. For example, there is a loads that have a dedicated contracts. You know, there is only, let's say you have a load Salinas, California, New York. And that route you're gonna drive like for 10 years. As long as you have that contract, you're gonna go non-stop. I mean, as much as you want. You can drive team drive. I mean, some of my friends, they have that kind of routes for years, for over 10 years. And brokers are happy, companies are happy with them. And it's good. I mean, guys, it's really good. But some people don't like to do that, because again, when you have a contract, you're not always you know, when you tie it up in the contract, you cannot get load that's gonna pay you more money. Let's say you have a contract, let's say it's pay you $2 per mile. $2 per mile is good in the winter time. But in the summertime, you can get $3 a mile, maybe $4 a mile, and you know, it worked both ways. Cause some people like it, some people don't. Me personally, I think it's not a bad idea to have some kind of broker who will give you a dedicated route that you can just run non-stop, basically all your life, because you're not gonna have to worry about finding the loads, you're not gonna have to pay for those websites to find the loads, you're not gonna have to deal with the brokers, because there is a lot of stuff that, you know, again, guys, in the load world, in the loads world, it's very complicated. Some brokers, they can give you the load, but they're gonna file a bankruptcy. and they're not gonna pay you. I mean, a lot of times they trying to rip you off. A lot of times, you know, drivers do something wrong and they brokers put fines on the drivers. It's so many different things, guys, that I mean, it's something that I cannot just explain even in an hour video. But for you guys, for just the beginners, this is the simple way to understand. If you want to have a job all the time in trucking business and make good money as a company driver or as an owner operator, doesn't matter. What I say, 365 days a year, East Coast is your friend. Because Midwest, you know, middle of United States, it's slow during the winter time. It's slow, guys. California, I mean, it's slow as well. During the winter time, California is slow. A lot of drivers, they sit home, they don't drive for like 4 months or 6 months. They go, I mean, they travel, they do whatever they want, but the reason why, because California, it's not as busy as in summertime. Yeah, guys, but California, it's a good state. About the loads, some people, you know, some companies from the East Coast, what they do, they don't even go to California during the winter time. What they do, they would actually go to California only in summertime, because California pay good miles, you know, good money per mile, and you know, it's smart for them to do that because they make more money that way. But also, guys, I want to tell you more about loads in United States. Not just United States, loads in America. There is a lot of companies who actually will ask you to go to Canada. Canada usually pay even more money than United States. Why? Because I mean, in Canada you have to cross